Hello everyone, I'm Jordan Kruger. Welcome to Tommie Media's The Locker Room. For the 6th year in a row, the Tommies take an undefeated record into the annual grudge match with St. John's. 10th ranked St. Thomas is 3-3 against its biggest rival in the last 6 games, losing 20-18 last fall. Quarterback Matt O'Connell is averaging more than 140 passing yards per game this season. Tackle David Simmet is part of an offensive line that has helped St. Thomas average 246 yards rushing this season. The teams will clash Saturday at O'Shaughnessy Stadium for the 83rd meeting of the Tommie-Johnnie game. I'm joined today by Coach Glenn Caruso, Matt O'Connell, and David Simmet. Thank you for joining us.
It's good to be here.
Coach, what's it like to coach in a rivalry like this? I know you've been a part of many rivalries throughout your playing and coaching career. For example, the game between North Dakota and North Dakota State University. But what's this game like? What's it like to coach in it, and how does this compare to the other games you've been a part of?
It's once you're in the environment and the atmosphere, it's as good as any I've been around. Certainly the crowd is great. You know, we'll probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 12,000 to 14,000 people, and I think a lot of people across the world, throughout the world, pay particular attention to this game. But when you walk on the field on game day, 5 minutes before the game starts, that really all dissolves and goes away, and the focus turns to, you know, what we have to do over the next 3 hours to be productive.
Matt, St. John's given up 170 passing yards per game this season. Where do you see opportunity to attack their secondary through the air?
We know that they're going to play us tough, and we're going to do whatever we can to play the best of our strengths and really focus on what we can do to be the best people or the best players that we can be. So we know that they're going to play us tough like they always do, but we're going to focus on us this Saturday.
Coach, St. John's offense is rushing for around 246 yards per game right now. Obviously, their strong point when you talk about their offense. But on the flip side, your rush defense has been very good this year. What do you guys need to do to continue that into Saturday's game, and how do you defend a tough rushing attack like St. John's?
Well, you're right. It is a tough attack, and they do a nice job getting the yards different ways. Certainly, they have tons of talent. There's no doubt about that. And with the quarterback and his ability to run option, and the Sammy Sura, the running back, does a really nice job, good running back. And the guys that I don't think get enough credit probably are their offensive line. They're opening up a lot of holes too, that probably they deserve some of that. But we see this every year a multitude of times, the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. And certainly neither side of the ball is going to be perfect. Yards will be had, yards will be stopped hopefully. But you know, usually what I realize is the true answer lies within the two extremes, and we'll see who wins that battle, that inner battle on Saturday.
David, St. John's only given up 132 rushing yards per game this year. What does the offensive line need to do to open up holes for your skill position players?
I think we've just been working hard this week on adapting to their defense, and our biggest goals this week are just to create some holes for Jack Kaiser, Nick Wallvogel, and Brent Braddock to make sure they have some running lanes and create good pockets for Matt so he can make the most of the time we give him.
Thanks. And now it's time for this week's fan question. Coach, Junior Aaron Page-Stick wants to know, outside of Tommie-Johnnie, what's your favorite college football rivalry?
Well, that's a good one. You alluded to the ones that we have attachments to, North Dakota State. I certainly like that. But as it appears to us here, the other one would be St. Thomas Bethel. I think that has turned into an amazing rival game. It's not the natural rival over the course of 100 and some odd years. But if you look at competitively, both teams have been very, very good lately. And then after watching last year's game, how can you not love watching the Iron Bowl? I mean, that's one, the way that's gone back and forth has been great to watch. So many good ones, and for me to just say that's my favorite, the one that I'm working in, the one that I'm coaching is always my favorite.
Thanks. If you have a question, tweet it to @TommieMedia. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to check Tommie Media for the latest campus news. With Coach Glenn Caruso, Matt O'Connell, and David Simmet, I'm Jordan Kruger. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.